You are connected to ACE TJ 5G. ACE TJ. Riggins. Alexis. Tech D-Rob. Live from the Calatrend Studios, this is the ACE and TJ podcast and radio show.
Hello, world. Wake up, world. We are all absolutely energized this morning because we got to work last night. We were able to do that. We won the lottery, the loteria. We won. Even though Alexis wasn't at our live show thing, she was working too because, well, not working, but what last night Alexis started referring to as you were paying the rent.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, it was a dual event. So the Happy Camper, which is the place that I work part-time, they were having an event for 420. They were a dispensary. And then Jay, my boyfriend, was the food truck at the event.
Yeah.
So
were you shuttling from one location to the other, just back and forth?
it's wherever I'm needed.
Working on pots?
So that from now on, we will refer to when you're working on the food truck as you're paying the rent.
And the rent.
I mean, that's if you don't have a problem with that.
Nah, it's the truth.
Okay. What, Regan?
Do we care?
If she has a problem with it?
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
have you
I
ever?
do.
Oh,
I
do you?
always
Right,
care.
exactly.
Yes. Yes, I do.
That would influence
Absolutely.
your decision making?
Yes.
Okay.
I ask her all the time, would you mind if I said this on the air?
Yeah.
And she'll say yes or no. And most of the time, she says yes. She's a good sport about it.
She's a good sport.
Although she was a little bit selfish and wouldn't let me, on April Fool's, spread the rumor that she was pregnant. But
Okay.
What's that an idea? Can I tell people you're
That's a good
pregnant?
idea, though.
It's a good prank.
Come on, you tell me that's not funny?
I'm going to tell the world you're pregnant. I would have bought it hook, line, and sinker. I'm like, oh my God, they are moving fast. They just moved in together and now she's pregnant.
Don't even put that in the universe.
yeah, Riggins, especially when Mercury's about to go into
Right.
retrograde.
Exactly.
Is it?
Yeah. On today. From today to May 14th,
I love
right?
this new TJ.
Yeah, he knows all the
Horoscopes, Mercury retrograde.
What?
Mercury what?
Retrograde.
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 Yeah, I mean, when I made that change in my life to where I'm going to follow the astrology to lead me through life, I made the change. I made that decision.
You've been in really great moods lately.
He has. That's what I was about to say. Like, I love these new vibes.
But you know, the
you're putting
Mercury
that
in
out.
retrograde mainly affects Taurus more than anybody else, any other.
Taurus.
My head is spinning right now. What is going on? This is not what I signed up for a few years ago when this show
That's what I
started.
signed up for. I like this.
Yeah,
is so weird to me.
Mercury is the planet that controls motion and moods and things of that nature more than any other. So that's why Taurus is more affected by Mercury being in retrograde.
Is the planet Mercury made of mercury?
I don't know about that science stuff.
Is that where they get
Riggins.
mercury
Is that
from?
where they, is it, I mean,
No.
it's
They like
the
go over
same
there and get a
name.
little scoop of it.
Yeah, and put it in all the
Yeah,
thermometers. Like,
yeah.
that's the only thing I know we use mercury with.
Well, there used to be a car called the Mercury.
Yeah,
Mercury Sable. My mom
Yeah.
had that car.
So the planet was named after the car.
Let's name it after the Mercury Sable. It's a great car.
They say Mercury pretty much exists in everything in the solar system.
Oh,
It's
really?
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mercury
sushi?
likely exists in Mercury as it does in everything else in the solar system, from the sun to planets, moons, and
Oh,
asteroids.
yeah, the fish. They always say, oh, a fish has mercury.
Mercury
There
poison.
you go. So Mercury is everywhere.
That's why it affects people so much, because it's everywhere.
Yeah, but you
That
know,
makes sense.
that's what the song "What's Going On" by Marvin Gaye was about. Mercury and the fish. Everybody thought it was a love song, but it wasn't. He was talking about environmental things. Because Marvin Gaye had fallen for all that Marxism.
The one that goes, mama, mama.
What's going on?
Yeah, I like the remix version better.
Yeah, because tomorrow is Earth Day.
Earth Day, yeah.
Yeah, which is spawned from Marxism. We'll get into that, later on, maybe if you want. Or
I
maybe
can't
I'll do
wait.
maybe I'll do a full on, what do you call it? A TED talk on it or something.
My heart just warmed up though because I got my TJ back. All of a sudden, I thought I was losing my TJ, then I got it back.
It's not the news, it's more important. Now trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
I'm still thinking about the remix. It's a remix.
It's a remix.
Marvin Gaye.
Yup.
Did he do the remix?
No, it was like Justin Timber. It was like a bunch of like artists.
Let me tell you what. If I'm going to make
Black
a
Eyed
blanket,
Peas.
let me make a blanket musical
Marvin
statement
Gaye.
here. If you think any remix ever done of what's going on, one of the greatest songs ever recorded, you think any remix is better, I think you have to have your musical taste examined.
Well, she just said it. I mean,
Yeah.
she just said she likes it better. She needs
It's
to get
from
her.
my time. That other song is from your time.
No, it's not.
Yes,
that
it is.
is before my time.
Well, you acting like it's
It doesn't
from
make
your
any
time.
difference. It's one of the greatest songs ever recorded. It's perfection. It needs no touching up or remixing whatsoever.
Yeah, I hate it.
The original.
Great song.
Yeah, because it's Marxist.
You're right. Yeah. I don't even know that I know that song.
You do.
Sexual Healing.
No, I just like that one.
That
The only
one's
Marvin Gaye you go
fascist.
to all the time.
That one's fascist.
That one's
Yeah,
fascist.
no, I'm
Got it.
kidding.
Well, listen, I'm sure we'll get into that more later, but big news today. Alec Baldwin, they're dropping the charges against him for involuntary manslaughter when he killed that woman on the set of his movie. I mean, I'm sorry, that's what happened. He killed a woman, and
Not intentionally.
I didn't say intentionally, but he killed a woman.
But you got to be fair to him and not point out he didn't kill her intentionally. It was an accidental shooting.
He killed a woman on the set of his movie.
Accidentally.
Do you need
But
to
he
say that?
didn't-
Yeah. I think it's important that you say that.
But I think the word murder is the one you don't use.
Yeah. You can't call it a murder. Murder is intentional.
Yeah, but I think murder is more of accepted as a legal term.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
he killed a woman.
He did kill a woman.
He killed her.
Accidentally.
Well, I can't get in his head, but
Yeah.
you say accidental. It's just a terrible situation. So, but they're going to drop all the charges against him because
But they did say it's because they have new evidence they want to examine, and they have a court hearing coming up on May 3rd, so they can refile all of these charges. He's not out of the woods yet because they said that in order to examine this evidence to do it right, they had to drop the charges, examine the evidence, then they can refile.
yeah. And remember, I mean, he said he didn't pull the trigger in that interview with George Stephanopoulos. I 100% didn't pull the trigger. So it'll be interesting what that evidence shows. Like maybe it'll show that he didn't pull the trigger and the gun just fired by itself.
I'm glad I didn't have that vaccine.
I mean, man, it's a crazy story though. Today is National Clean Out Your Medicine Cabinet Day. And I'm sure there's proper ways to dispose of your medicine. You can't just, take a bottle of Xanax and flush it down the toilet. I don't think, because it affects the water supply and things like that. I'm sure there's a way. Isn't that what they say?
I don't know.
I believe you're not supposed to
I
do
was
that.
gonna say, is that fact or are you just making that up?
I don't think you're supposed to dump medicine down the toilet. Like you take it to a proper disposal place or a doctor's office. I think.
Oh, okay.
Or just throw it away.
Or just, that's what I've always done, just throwing it away.
Yeah, maybe.
Or, if it's certain types of prescriptions, you can still get a right smart amount for it, depending on what city you live in.
Yeah, exactly. It's also National Chocolate Covered Cashew Day.
Ew. I do not like a cashew.
Cashews are infinitely better than peanuts.
No, cashews
They're
are
way
like
better
the
peanut.
old person nut of the nut world.
I won't argue that it's an old person thing.
They're okay.
They're way better than peanuts.
They're
or
not
almonds.
better. Cashews are not better than peanuts.
Yo,
Yeah, they're my second. Cashew would be my second favorite, behind the peanut.
Yeah, they're so
But I
good.
just love peanuts so much.
Yeah.
Almonds, pistachios, hazelnuts. Are you
Pistachios
kidding
are
me?
good. Hazelnuts are not
No,
good.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
they
hit
are.
a dog in the. How do you even eat a hazelnut?
You just eat it.
Oh, you just
Oh,
eat-
Thank you.
They
Oh,
have
aren't
those
those the ones
Ferrero
that look-
Rochers have the hazelnut in them. Those are so good.
What does a hazelnut look like? I don't even know that.
It's that thing that look in mixed nuts. It looks like a big acorn,
Oh, that thing. Okay.
right?
Got it.
Doesn't it look
Yeah.
like kind of like an acorn?
Yeah, they're bigger than their other
Yeah, they're-
nuts in the mix.
Uh-huh.
So,
But peanuts are hands down the best, I think.
no.
I do like cashew juice. Like the fruit of the cashew where it grows on, the juice is delicious.
Cashew juice.
Yeah, so the cashew grows, it's a fruit, and the cashew's at the bottom of the fruit. They make a juice out of that fruit. That's why cashews are so expensive.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've never seen cashew juice.
No, it's not.
It's a Salvadorian.
I'd actually
thing.
shop at Whole Foods. That's a true story. I don't know.
I had some cashew butter the other day. Like peanut butter was made out of cashew, and I was expecting it not to be so great because we were at our friend's house in Charleston, and they're healthy, people, and but it was really good because I don't think it was the healthy style of it because it had, it was salty.
Really?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love some saltiness.
That sounds real good. Mm-hmm. And then my favorite story of the day is Elon Musk paying to get Stephen King verified on Twitter because Stephen King is like so obnoxious on Twitter. He's the horror novel author. He's so obnoxious, very political on Twitter. He said he would never, get the little blue check mark for $8 a month. So Elon Musk went ahead and paid for it. So when you click on Stephen King's profile, it says it's subscribed to Twitter Blue. And he just gave him the subscription. It's amazing. But he also bought it for LeBron and then who else? He bought it for somebody else too. I forget who.
That's funny.
But yeah, the Stephen King one is like so funny because like every celebrity yesterday was like, "Heads up, this is still my account. I'm just not purchasing an $8 check mark." It's like they're the most egotistical people in the world. So they got to now like Ben Stiller, like shut up, Ben Stiller. I can't stand him.
Does anybody even care though if you're verified? Under this,
if you're a person that would be duplicated, that people want to imitate, I can see why it can be problematic. Like if they start saying racist things under your name,
right?
That could cause problems for you. But regular people, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I was just thinking that this morning I was seeing something about one of the artists having his blue check mark taken off, and I was like, do they really care? Like, if you're that rich and famous, do you really care not to have a blue check mark? And are you going to make a big deal about it?
Yeah. So it was interesting to see who did go ahead and purchase it, like Taylor Swift
Right.
immediately purchased the blue check mark, or somebody on her team did.
But that would make
some of them
sense. I
did.
get that if you're a celebrity that way.
Yeah, you don't wanna be
this
imitated.
This is the one.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
like most of them put at real Post Malone or whatever. I don't know what his Twitter handle is, but you see the word real in there quite often when it comes to celebrities.
Did they buy on Instagram? Did they buy the check mark on Instagram?
You can.
I know, but did these people, Stephen King and LeBron?
I haven't checked.
Because I'm wondering if it's, it's a whole thing about not liking Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Because, he doesn't fall in for all their Marxist propaganda and stuff. As opposed to that other one that does, that Zucker guy.
Turd.
So I wonder if they don't mind. Well, we'll pay for it for Zucker turd, but we're not paying for it for Elon Musk.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they fall.
Idiots.
Yeah, it's wild. But those are a few things that are now trending.
I was just looking at some guy that says today, I don't know who he is, but he said today Elon Musk took away my blue tick, and as an experiment to see if my reach has been affected, can you please do me a favor? Would everyone retweet this? So he's asking all of his followers to retweet his, which is just a gambit to get more followers. It's just because they unverify you, so to speak, doesn't mean that it affects your reach at all on Twitter, correct?
It might, actually, yeah.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah. Because they're going to prioritize. That's how they encourage you to buy the check mark.
Getting you to buy the check mark that way.
You get more engagement.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. You live in a house, you've got some kids, and your next door neighbor is an older person. That happened to me with my first house. We had these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful older people that lived next door to us. They were incredible. Dick and Mary. Love them with all my heart and always will. There's a family that has an older next door neighbor, and they're not in quite as fun a situation as I was in, or most of us would be. Wait until you hear this lady next.
Don't miss the Extra Funny podcast coming up at 9 Eastern, live on the Ace and TJ app, or download anytime wherever you get podcasts. More Ace and TJ coming up. From the Calitrin Studios, Calitrin is the safe and effective way to lose weight. Find out more about Calitrin at acetj.com/weight loss. This is the Ace and TJ radio show and podcast.
Let's go, boom. You want to be the first to find out about great stuff that's happening with the Ace and TJ show? You want to get some free stuff from the Ace and TJ show, rewards and reward points? It's all part of our new Ace TJ Prime and Ace TJ Prime Plus. So get signed up now. Everything gets underway May 1st, but you can go to get signed up right now through our app. So you can download our app free in your app store. Just search for Ace and TJ to get signed up for Prime and Prime Plus. When you have older people that live next door to you, typically they're very kind, they're very sweet, and you're happy to have them there. Unless you live in Riverview, Florida. This lady shared a kind of a disturbing video of her neighbor, who's an older lady who punched a hole through their fence and is raging at the family. And this lady, I mean, clearly something has got to be wrong. Listen to this lady. She's nuts.
Punched a hole through the thing.
You're doing, yeah? You are artificial and disgusting. And you know what? Your kid is going to die. And I don't have to do anything. I'm just gonna watch and smile as it happens. And watch. Yes.
It's currently 5 p.m. on a Saturday in April.
Yeah?
And this
People
woman lives
are
next to me in Riverview, Florida.
Yes.
And she's going on a rant. She just punched a hole through my fence.
This is made of artificial.
She's trying to put, okay, so we're going inside right now.
Hear the lady, this is made of artificial. And she was grabbing at the fence while she was doing that.
Psycho.
Clearly something bad is happening. But my thought was, why are you worried about posting that? Why don't you call the cops?
Yeah.
Because everything needs to be posted nowadays.
She may have posted it after it was over because maybe she was getting the footage to show the cops. This
Could have
is what
been.
this crazy person
Could have been.
But probably not. I mean, I'm giving benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I think she's more worried about going viral.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that do that now that will go live while something is happening, especially on TikTok. You're scrolling through like, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about your family drama. You know, this is what it's like living with a narcissist. And
Yeah.
some guys in the garage yelling or whatever, you know.
Yeah. I saw that. But, never mind. I was going to say something stupid. Never mind.
What, you just caught yourself there all
I
of a sudden?
did. Yeah, sorry.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
You know, we put up with a lot. You meet somebody and you're not really interested in what they're interested in, but you like them, so you go with it. Like, hey, that's just their own little thing. We each need to have our own little thing. Well, except for that one little thing that you consider a red flag interest. Coming up next.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
All right, you got to get on it now. You got to get on it. You ready to lose weight? Then Calitrin needs to be part of your life. Calitrin is something that is scientifically proven to help you lose weight. If you want to get better sleep, it's proven to do that as well. And it's not going to negatively affect any of your medications that you have. And it is very, very helpful to your wallet right now. When you buy 3 months supply, you get 2 months free, and then $21 off. And Calitrin also is going to give you the choice. You want the capsules or you want the liquid? I actually like the way the liquid tastes. You know, and the fact that it's made of the top quality, high quality collagen protein that promotes fat loss and lean muscle, then you know you're on the right track there. It's awesome. So go to acetj.com/weight loss, acetj.com/weight loss for Calitrin.
Got to tell you what happened to me this morning. I decided to hit the store on the way in. It's a very busy store. So I whip into the parking lot. It's right at 5 a.m. Feeling good because I'm running a few minutes ahead. Going to run in and grab me an energy drink, maybe a little protein bar to give me some breakfast. And I whip into the parking spot, and the parking lot is slightly sloped. Like, you don't really notice it, but it's on a little bit of a slope. And I kick the car door open, and I reach over into the passenger seat because my keys are laying in the passenger seat, my wallet in the passenger seat. And as I grab them, I thought, something feels weird. And as I go to get out of the car, I realize as my foot hits the pavement, and then the car door hits my foot, oh, I didn't take the car out again. I was just rolling backwards across the parking lot.
That's scary.
It is. And it freaks you out like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I slammed on the brake real fast and it jolts. And there's a guy getting in his work truck looking at me like, what is the moron doing over here? Yeah, and I had to stop. And it took a minute, like, what happened? And I looked down at, Oh, okay. I just didn't put the car in park. And then I put it in park, and thank God I didn't. Have you ever missed park and gone to reverse? You have, Alexis?
I have. It's very scary. Your heart stops for a second.
Yeah, because then it's like it's really moving, but it's not just rolling backwards; it's moving backwards. Then and then Then I had to crank the car, pull forward again, and I thought, I know somebody's watching. I don't think anybody really was, but when I went in the store, I was embarrassed. Like, I bet somebody saw that a minute ago.
Have you ever had to chase your car?
No.
Because I have had to do that once. It was not good.
You chased your car?
I got it. I started to get out, and I didn't have it in park, and it started rolling, and I was almost out of the car, so I had to run a little bit and catch it and hit the brakes. I had to hit the brakes with my hand.
What?
Whoa. So you fell to the pavement?
No. I that was the easiest way for me to get in there quickly was to go head first and with my hand.
Cruise over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was scary.
So the easiest way was to dive into the.
Well, that way I could keep moving in case I wasn't, because if I try to jump in with my legs, if I miss, I miss, and then it's going to continue.
Yeah, you would have Jeremy Rennered yourself, probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, that's dangerous.
Yep.
That's wild. Thank you, Rob, for sharing.
No problem.
Just you and us. This is ACTJ 5G. Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Don't forget to sign up for our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. It's Ace TJ TV on YouTube. You can see the show there every day. The Extra Funny podcast and all the other extras we put up this week, including TJ and Jody's House, that podcast, the Nerd News podcast, the Ace at Large video podcast, a little trip to the Daytona 500 with me and my son, all kinds of stuff. Always putting up new stuff on our YouTube channel, Ace TJ TV. I know TJ's had this big life change lately where he's really into astrology.
Yes.
So when I saw this yesterday, I thought, man, I've got to bring this in because I know he's going to want this information. According to an astrology expert named Carrie Ward, the quote, most trash-talked sign is consistently Gemini. Now, I'm a Gemini, born between May 21st and June 21st makes you a Gemini.
I thought you were going to say, born a Gemini, raised a Gemini.
That's right.
Born and raised.
And
Gemini.
I know nothing about, I don't pay attention to astrology, don't care. It doesn't affect my life in any way. I don't know anything about it.
Oh my God, you're so small-minded.
Right. When people talk about it, I don't know what it means. They say it's because it's represented, Gemini is represented by the twins, which many correlate as two-faced. Quote, people find them two-faced, smart-mouthed, if not mean, flaky, gossipy, and prone to make bad choices, end quote. And they say that is not necessarily the truth when it comes to Geminis. The second least likable is Aries because they are thought of to be chaotic, demanding, angry, childish, and bored within nanoseconds and aggressive. If you're an Aries, you're born between March 21st and April 19th. And then Leos. Somebody's a Leo in here, right? Alexis? Yeah. Said Leos get it for being shameless show-offs, fixated on hogging the spotlight, stealing people's boyfriends, and stirring up unnecessary drama 24/7.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yep.
I own it, honey.
Would you, but you wouldn't not like somebody or be interested if you met a guy. I know you're in a relationship now, but let's say you met a guy. Is there a certain sign that if he was that sign, you'd be like, not interested?
Scorpios.
Really? You would not date a Scorpio?
I've just had bad experiences.
Hey, that's your loss.
No offense, Rob.
Okay, well, dude, it's perfect. So Scorpio is a red flag for you.
Yeah.
And there you go. What is it about somebody, an interest that they have? Or if it's, in this case, it's not an interest, it's a sign. You can't help when you're born. You're just born then. What is it that instantly you lose interest in them? Everything could be good. You meet them and they think, man, this person's attractive. We get along well, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're a Scorpio? I'm done. See you later.
Yeah, mine would be meeting someone who believes in astrology for real. that would be a red flag for me.
I'd have a real hard time with it. I think. By that I mean if you're living your life based upon an astrological chart all the time, that's how you're making your decisions. That would be weird.
Or if you use it once to make a decision.
Oh, I'll
to
give
me.
everybody once or twice.
No, not me though.
How attractive is she? Does anybody else have one?
Oh.
A red flag? And what we don't. I'm sure you have a bunch, DJ.
Yeah, we don't have time for all.
Do you have one, Riggins?
I don't think so.
I don't think I do either, unless it was something extreme, like if you're,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know, a devil worshiper or something.
anything extreme I'm not into. I'm pretty like I need baseline stuff.
No offense again, Rob, but gamers, I can't do it anymore. A person that is constantly like a video, I can't. That's a red flag.
All right, so that's a red flag interest. Immediately, you meet a guy. Say you met Jay, and he's attractive, well put together. He's got a good business. He's really successful in life, but he's like, I love, as soon as I get off, I go home and play games 3 or 4 hours a day.
Yeah, no.
Red flag, you're out. Okay.
I think the biggest red flag for me has always been ugly women.
Like, can you rule out people just based on their interests, their hobbies, from whatever? From your experience, what is a major, it's a red flag, a hobby and interest that, you know, if they're into anime, you're out. If they're always trying to recycle,
Yep.
nope, not interested, you're out.
Vegetarians.
Whatever it might be. What is the red flag interest for you? Everything can be great, but that one thing is a deal breaker and you're done. At the Ace TJ Show. We'll see what you got next.
Missed part of the show? Just download it. Get the Ace and TJ podcast on any platform. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up. Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
So we had a great night last night at H2 Public House, and it only got better afterwards because me and Amanda and Kate decided to stay and eat. Their food is so good at H2 Public House. In Cornelius, Jeton Village Shops, friendly local atmosphere. It's fantastic. Dine in or take out. A great place to just hang out on a Saturday afternoon, anytime over the weekend. They always have cool stuff happening. Lunch, dinner, drinks, catering trays, brunch on the weekends. You can't go wrong. Riggins was talking this morning. You had the burger there last
And
night.
cheeseburger, yeah.
And it was
Awesome.
excellent. The food, everybody raves about how great the food is.
Yeah.
They were having at our table before, while we were doing the show, they had nachos, and Amanda had the soft pretzels with the cheese. God, it was hot and just soft pretzel was like butter. It was so good.
The thing I always get is the Cuban.
They got a Cuban sandwich?
I had
Really
I had
good,
the
yeah.
shaved prime rib sandwich last night. It was excellent. Yeah, with the
I
little,
like mine with hair on.
you get a little dip, you know.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
I
So
like
anyway,
mine's waxed.
H2 Public House, Jeton Village Shops in Cornelius. Check it out. It's fantastic.
I just realized I sound like Miley Cyrus in that TikTok video where she's like a bulldog. And Alexis, I hate to be nitpicky here, but you're now getting to the point where you are encroaching on my workspace again, and it's getting to the point where I have to I can't use my mouse.
You can't use your mouse, Riggins?
That's why you just moved it.
Yeah,
I couldn't a minute ago because
Yeah,
it's
you
right
are
there.
all up on
Oh,
it.
you stay out of it, please.
Alexis, you have
And also
what's all
you.
the what are the
I've got so
papers?
much
You've got like
stuff.
3 days worth of.
Because you guys print so much paper, and I feel bad just throwing it away, so I use it for
Hang on, let me
notes.
see. Wait, hold on, let me hand me those
bad
papers.
throwing
Hand me
it
those-
away.
I feel bad throwing it away.
We'll recycle it.
So much paper every
All right.
single day.
These are 1, 2. These are it's 1 page a day.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get one sheet a day.
Look at this.
You keep them all?
Because I use them for note papers, because I feel bad. I gotta reuse this paper.
You get 1 page a day. You just have like 10 pages, 10 saved up. This is the prep sheet with the list of stuff that we're doing on the show that day.
You want a
is
digital
using it.
version of it? I can send you a digital version if it'll make you feel better.
That way it won't be in Riggins' space.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Since it bothers
I think you're going to be in everybody's space if you keep collecting papers.
Well,
and
eventually
tchotchkes and things.
eventually I throw them away, but
Do you?
yeah.
I feel like you keep a lot of stuff that should be thrown away.
She's got a coffee mug,
there's
another hot coffee thing, 2 different water bottles, food, and about 20 pages piled up over there.
and peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All the essentials.
I like to feel like just comfortable while I'm at home, like while I'm here, like I'm at home or something, you know?
But Riggins
it makes
doesn't
me feel
want
like
to
I'm
feel
at home.
Riggins doesn't want your comfort. Is what he's
We're roommates, Riggins.
Ace TJ 5G. Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Doing a radio show. Oh, something awesome we're super excited about through our Charity Peyton's Promise is Ace and TJ Baby Registry. Please go and get signed up. It's a chance to help parents who are really in need, going through a difficult time with their kids who are at Levine Children's Hospital. It is so easy. It can be done for next to nothing. Just depends on however much you want to spend, $10, $20 more, whatever. We just link you to Amazon wish lists through Levine Children's Hospital for things that they need to support parents and brothers and sisters and all while kids are in the hospital at Levine Children's Hospital. So you go to acetj.com/baby, acetj.com/baby. Click. It's all very easy to do through Amazon in your Amazon account. It takes no time at all, and we'd really appreciate it. And they would really appreciate the help. acetj.com/baby for Ace and TJ's Baby Registry. So we were talking about red flag interests. Did you have one, Riggins? Was there one that came up?
No, I don't think so.
Rob, do you have one? Is there anything when you're dating someone, you meet somebody, they're great? Is there a red flag interest?
Not that I can think of, no.
Yeah.
Riggins is them being into their kids.
Oh, you do have one. Women with kids.
Yeah,
If you met a woman and she was great and everything, y'all hit it off, and then she said, well, now I have 2 kids, you'd be like, I'm out.
Yeah, but I feel like red flag means that there's going to be a problem, like it's indicative of a problematic behavior. But maybe I'm just misreading.
Well, there's a guy here that says CrossFit. He said he will, if he meets a woman and she's into CrossFit, red flag. Not interested. Said because it's just too much. They're obnoxious.
They're obnoxious.
These CrossFitters are obnoxious.
Yeah, people used to say when that was really, really huge that it was kind of cult-like. People
can
who were
see that.
into it. I'm not saying that because I don't know anything about it, but I know some other people used to say that.
I don't remember who the comedian is that I saw, but he had a great line. He said, I recently got out of a cult. He said, I'd gotten into this cult for people who peaked in high school. It's called CrossFit. I thought that was a good joke.
Ow.
But still, I think CrossFit people, I don't know anything. I don't know much about it. I just know they all look like they're in great shape. And I think, and every time I watch it, I think, man, I should give that a shot, but it looks very hard.
They look like ninja warriors to me. Banging
They are intense.
Hitting them big old tires with sledgehammers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just excited about fitness.
CrossFit.
But everybody seems, I mean, it has to work. They all seem super fit.
Yeah.
And then, somebody else here says video games. Same thing Alexis said. She goes, I get that some couples game together, and that's fine if you enjoy it and it works for you. However, for me, no thanks. 2 long-term relationships, and then they ended at least partially due to the fact that he couldn't prioritize anything over video games.
Really?
I find that fascinating.
It is.
Rob, have you and Meredith ever had a situation where you prioritized or she felt you were prioritizing the video game over her?
No.
Okay.
If she asked me to do something, I'd turn off the video game.
See, there you go. That's the way it should be.
It's very mature of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
And
it's
throw
one
it at her.
Unless it's one I can't pause.
If you can't pause it.
Has there been one, Rob, where you're like, hey, can you hang on a minute? I can't pause this game.
Yeah, like Call of Duty, if you're playing online with people, you can't just stop playing.
I'm playing online.
You're going to ruin my win streak.
And that's why she should just disconnect the internet.
Okay, but it's literally after one game, I'll turn it off.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, how long have you put her off or put whatever you had off to play? It's not one of those where like 2 hours later you still haven't done it.
No, it's just like, it's literally like the game later, like a couple minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then that's a man who has his priorities in his relationship well in line. Wouldn't you say? I would.
Sure.
Well, good for you, Rob.
At least in that aspect.
Is there an aspect where you don't have your priorities in line with your relationship?
I'm sure there are.
I don't know, but
Does she have anything that you think is not in line with your priorities or anything, Rob? Where you would like for her to stop doing something, and she's like, no, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Something dog related, I'm sure.
Yeah. Y'all really do seem to have it together.
Something dog related.
Y'all get the more we hear about Rob and Meredith, I think the more you see they just go right in line with each other. It kind of fit. They fit well together. They work well together. They have a pretty clear understanding of who they are.
Yeah, they've been together a long time.
Yeah, it's surprising when you hear how long. It's what, 8 years, 9 years now, Rob?
8 years, yeah.
8 years.
And still, neither one of them can fold the clothes and put them on.
That ain't changing.
Hey, works for them.
Yeah.
Like, well,
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, we're at the end of another week on the Ace and TJ Show. I'm going to do the Week in Review coming up next.
It's radio. It's a podcast. It's the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next. Ace TJ 5G.
it's that time of year, getting the AC going again. You need to have it checked out. Here's what you do. Bradham Brothers. Bradham Brothers, heating, cooling, and electrical. They've been around over 50 years. And we're talking about heating, air, electrical installation that you can trust, service you can trust, because they're people you can trust, a family-owned business with thousands of customers. They have thousands of customers because they serve you with honesty and a smile and quality trained products and a level of service that you will find nowhere else. BradhamBrothers.com, BradhamBrothers.com. That's where you go to schedule your service or to schedule your free estimate. You can do it today. BradhamBrothers.com, BradhamBrothers.com.
There's a list of things that we no longer have any patience for. It's on the internets. So a list of things should read for which we no longer have any patience. Some of these are just dramatic in and of themselves. Number one is family drama. I don't have any patience. No longer have patience for family drama.
Like people posting their family drama online, you mean?
I guess.
Okay.
Or maybe even having drama within their own family.
Me either. I scroll through that.
Working outside of work hours. Oh. Don't have any patience for that. People who text and drive. Waiting on people who are constantly late to plans.
Ooh, I hate that.
But that's been a thing, it's something that you no longer have patience for. Everybody's always hated that. People who litter. And that's the one. Who actually sees somebody throwing trash out the window in 2023? Or just going somewhere and throwing trash out in a ditch somewhere? Like you take your trash out, like you're going to go to the dump, but you just stop along the way and throw it out in the woods or something. I know people used to do that long ago, but people haven't littered in forever.
It's one of those things, though. I see trash. If you're out walking, like we walk the dog, you'll walk by these lots that are empty or whatever. They have trees and everything. I see trash out there. I don't know how it gets out there because I never see anybody throwing stuff over there, but it's there.
Well, sometimes I think if they're doing construction in the area and all, some of the guys will take a break for lunch or whatnot, and maybe someone like leave a napkin on the ground or something like that.
Beer
but
can.
yeah, and I don't consider spitting your gum out the window as littering.
No.
Is that litter? I think it is.
Yeah.
I think
Is
it
that does it break down, biodegrade?
Oh, I don't know. I think the birds like it.
They'll eat the gum.
Yeah. So I'm doing the birds a favor every time I spit my gum out the window.
Ace TJ 5G. Today from the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
That Extra Funny podcast goes up today, 9 Eastern. You can catch it live on our app. It was recorded live last night in front of a live audience because it was live.
Live.
Live. So, a couple words got to be edited out of that.
Oh, they
Yeah,
do?
probably.
It's
Couple
on a
didn't.
podcast.
Do what?
It's on a podcast.
No.
We've done it before.
No, Riggins used the F word.
Well, I have no idea.
I love
where
it
that
when
is
he
in
uses
there.
the F
No.
word
Yeah,
at
it
live
was-
shows.
It was toward the very beginning.
Ooh, I got a lot of work to do to fix that then.
I'm a classy person. I use the F word right at the beginning of the
love
podcast. I'm a dirtbag.
It was pretty early in the evening.
Sorry.
So anyway, Extra Funny podcast. Usually the show airs live at 9 Eastern every day on our app, and then you can catch the podcast later in the day. But today, since we taped it last night, it's going to be, it was recorded last night. You'll hear it at 9 Eastern on our app, and then catch the Extra Funny podcast afterwards. I did a terrible job of explaining how that worked. I kind of got off in the weeds there and wasn't sure where I was going, and I was thrown by said live too many times.
It's going to be live because it was live at our live show
yeah.
last night live.
It was just kind of a mess.
The live audience.
That was a mess on my part, but you should check it out because it's very funny, including our heckler that we had last night. You know. Anyway, it is a very special time on the Ace and TJ show. Every Friday at this time, it's the week that was pop culture, the week that was the Ace and TJ show, reviewed for us in song, thanks to Riggins and his week in review.
And this is my song, it's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects, no auto-tune, just me and my guitar performing for you. Ace had a big doctor's appointment this week. I can't remember the last one he's had. He's in really good shape physically, but mentally it's pretty bad. Andrea Bocelli and Katy Perry will be performing at the coronation, crowning Queen Elizabeth's successor. They both will be singing. I'm just praying it's not together. The charges against Alec Baldwin were dropped, one of Hollywood's leading men, and I want everyone to hear this. I think he will kill again. And this is my song. It's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. I'm also not doing well today. We're back from a little spring break vacation, and it was a great vacation too. I ended up taking a bunch of drugs, mostly Tylenol cold and flu. I've been sick, you know. I'm just really under the weather. That's just how I feel. But I know that it isn't COVID because what I have is real. And this is my song. It's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. Today is National Clean Out Your Medicine Cabinet Day, a fun activity right after lunch. Then you mix all of it together in a pitcher and you've got some delicious blackout punch. Try it out. McDonald's announced they're going to be selling Big Mac sauce. Honestly, who could say no? Alexis, I want to eat Big Mac sauce out of your belly button, and no one needs to know. Shh. It'll be our little secret. They also announced they're upgrading all their burgers. They're hoping to make a splash. No word on their ice cream machines, so those will still be trash. And this is my song, it's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. Alexis moved into her boyfriend's apartment. I think love is in the air. Or maybe that's just the pet dander from the 2 dogs and cat in there. It's one of them.
Yeah.
And this weekend is Earth Day. I thought it was to stop littering, which is gross. But then I learned from TJ it's about Antifa or something close. We had a live event last night. It's like they love to see me suffer. I had to stay up past 6 p.m. and now I need the entire weekend to recover. And this is my song. It's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yay. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're not used to that after 6 night life, are you?
It's devastating.
Oh,
tonight.
what a nightmare.
So what time did you get in bed last night? 8?
No, I mean, no, I didn't get home until 8. And I had to walk the dog, and then I ate my food, and it was like 10 o'clock before I finally fell asleep, and I woke up at 2:15. It was like 4 hours of sleep. I need 9. I need 8 to 9 every night. And I got 4.
All right, there is a lady who admittedly broke up with her boyfriend. Not just boyfriend, but they were living together, making plans for the future to get married and all, and they broke up because he got cancer. She broke up with him because he got cancer. Now, what is the rest of the story, and how do you think it should have played out? We'll let you know next.
Share Funny is now a little extra. The Extra Funny podcast coming up at 9 a.m. live on the Ace and TJ app and anytime wherever. More show than you can get on the radio. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Let's go boom.
Hey, don't forget about Ace TJ Media. If you got a business you want to advertise, you need the creative work done on it. You need something for digital. You need audio. You need video. Whatever. We got it. We'll do it. AceTJmedia.com.
Man, is horror movies all that they're making these days? Horror movies and Marvel movies or whatever?
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a horror movie. Sorry.
No.
It's not. My fault.
Evil Dead Rise looks like the scariest movie ever.
And Amanda and Cade have been after, like, we're going to see that. I mean, y'all, I'm drawing a line on this one.
I'm going tomorrow morning. I can't wait.
Are you really, Rob?
Tomorrow morning?
Yeah, that's why he won't get scared if it's in the morning.
Oh my God.
Also, there's a lot less people when you go to the movies in the morning.
Yeah, and you're not as scared as you would be at night.
And by the way, morning is 11 something, so it's not too much.
Okay.
But is that the first? How early do they start showing movies?
That's the first showing of the
Okay.
day. Yeah.
Rise and shine.
Will Meredith go with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is also a reason we had to go to, like, if there was an earlier one, we wouldn't have been able to go.
Oh, because she's not up on Saturdays until.
No, at least 10 is the earliest she'll get up, and that's if she has something to do.
What time will she go to bed tonight on Friday night?
9 or 10 probably. Sometimes 11. If she wants to watch some murder stuff on TV.
Okay, but normally Friday night she'll sleep 10 to 10.
Yeah.
Man,
Easy.
12 hours.
Later, if she has nothing to do.
Good morning, sweet prince.
It's
Sweet princess.
2 o'clock in the afternoon. Wow.
Yeah. We're going to wake up and go see the grossest horror movie in history.
It does.
Set the alarm for 10.
That movie looks scary.
It looks terrifying. I can't wait.
Okay, does it bother you the rest of the day then, Rob? Because Amanda will go to a scary movie, then come home, and if it's at night, virtually every light in the house is on after that. It's
No.
like, why do you go if it leaves you scared afterwards?
That movie doesn't have any effect. The scary movies, I forget about them once I'm out. I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't affect my day at all.
Meredith the same way? Doesn't bother her? Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Does she go right back to bed?
Probably.
Good night.
Although I do think that's one of my favorite things that Riggins talks about that I would love to be able to do. When you wake up really early on a Saturday morning,
Yeah.
and you walk your dog, then you make yourself a big breakfast, and then by 9 o'clock you're back in the bed. I think
Sure.
to take a nap
that's
until
the
like noon.
best.
That sounds amazing. I could never do that, but I think that sounds awesome.
I had to stop doing that because eggs got so expensive. Can't even have breakfast anymore.
Just go back to bed without having eaten anything.
Yeah.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G. Share Funny is now a little bit extra. Don't miss the Extra Funny podcast. Live every weekday on the Ace and TJ app or anytime wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Yeah, it is. Yep. We got all kinds of new stuff going on. And every day we're making announcements about the next big thing that's coming and all of that. Monday is going to be a big day, so make sure you keep checking in on their podcasts and social medias and all that to get the details. You don't want to miss anything. And if you haven't seen the Ace and TJ Baby Registry yet, it is an opportunity for you to help some children who really need it in the Levine Children's Hospital in Charlotte. And what is the other one called in Concord? Was it Jeff Gordon
Children's Center.
Children's Center? And it's all in honor of Ace and Amanda's baby that is coming very soon. Soon and very soon. We are going to see the king, So go to acetj.com and you can see the baby registry. Link to it through there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. This physics teacher, she's 32, is training. She's not a runner, but she's training to do something very nice, which is she's training to run a marathon, the London Marathon, in honor of her ex-boyfriend, because he had brain cancer. He had a battle with brain cancer. So this is what she wants to do to honor him, because she dumped him as a result of his getting brain cancer.
Wait, so she dumped him because he got brain cancer?
Yes. Because, and there is good reason here. She said it was damaging to her. She said, I feel like the most awful person leaving somebody because they have cancer, but it was damaging my mental health and it wasn't helping him. She said, I was having panic attacks. I was on so much medication to sort myself out. I just couldn't function because she was worried and devastated all the time about him. And she just needed to, for her mental health and her health in general, she needed to dump him once he was dealing with brain cancer. Now, he had surgery and he survived. He's not, I mean, it wasn't even like he had a death sentence. Like she was saying, all right, he's going to die and I can't bear to watch that. And, you know, the relationship's over. And they were serious in relationship. They were, you know, making plans for the future together. And I'd been together for, I think, 4 years, something like that.
Oh, that's a long time.
And so it said now that they're working on becoming friends or being friends again. But she's running this marathon, which I think is so great of her.
Yeah.
She's running this marathon in honor of him.
If I were him, though, I would say totally good. I wouldn't even be upset with her. Totally good. You're not doing me any good. It's totally fine. I wouldn't be your friend anymore. But I get it. It's a lot to have to handle to be. It's a lot for somebody else to have to handle. I'm sorry about it. I can't help it. I have this brain thing I got to deal with, and I'm not even angry about it. I appreciate your honesty. Feel free. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the worst part, though, to me is that now she's coming back and saying, look what a good person I am. Look what I'm doing for him.
She's trying to correct the narrative to make it seem like not such the villain in the story.
And
Which I
why in the
get.
world would he want to be her friend?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he does.
Oh.
But, what I read into it was, it says they're trying to become friends.
Yeah.
Which would tell me that he's like, get out of here.
Yeah, just not interested in being your friend. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, keep running.
And I think he worked for Google or some damn body like that.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. But he had the brain surgery and all, and she just couldn't deal with it. But she is running in that marathon.
In his
That'll
honor.
make up for it.
People are like, you're a monster.
Does that even raise money? Does she raise money for him, or just hey, look at me, I'm running in his honor?
Right, what is that going to do for him?
Yeah, what does
Yeah,
running
it
in his
just
honor
says-
do?
You know, it's just it's running in his honor.
She dumb.
But
She's just a bad person.
But I do get how, you know, that would be better for him, you know, for her to go ahead and move on. If that's, you know, if that's what she really feels,
Yeah.
you know, so in other words, I don't think I would want somebody who doesn't love me, you know, through the thick and thin
Exactly.
of that kind of thing.
Yeah. He's like, and you got all these mental problems now? I've just had cancer. They got rid of my cancer. You're on a bunch of pills. Get away from me.
And I think they live in London, but she went to live with her dad in Thailand.
Good.
When she broke up with him, and now I think she may be back because she's running in the London Marathon.
Yeah, I agree.
But you know that's weird anyway. Somebody that just wants to move to Thailand.
Yeah. Definitely makes me wonder.
Yeah, if you don't have ties in Thailand.
Yeah.
because she's not Thai in the least. It's even in her pictures. If you just want to go live in Thailand, you're up to something.
You're up to something. For sure.
Because there's a lot of debauchery there, isn't there?
You couldn't just be there for work?
No.
Okay.
No. What's she's a physics teacher.
She's going to live with her dad, though. Just hide out a little bit.
Yeah, she's 32. She's going over. I would think she's going over there for illicit behavior.
He certainly is.
That's why she wanted to break up with him.
He certainly is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who's completely on her side in this? Is there anybody who would be completely on her side? I do think, though, that, you know, people who are in that situation where you're dating somebody, you're not married to them or anything, but now you look and it's like, okay, this completely changed my relationship, completely changed my life too. Do I want this to be my life
Yeah.
now, it's a difficult situation. But I mean, I just don't think you come out and go, yeah, I dumped him because it was so hard on me. And then now look at me, I'm sweet again. I'm going to run in a marathon for it.
In his honor.
So if you see her side completely, send us a DM or something. We'd like to know what you're thinking at the Ace TJ Show.
Get Ace and TJ anytime, anywhere, at your convenience with the Ace and TJ Show podcast. Available wherever you get podcasts. More Ace and TJ is next.
Mooresville area, Lake Norman Currents magazine is something you need to be checking out all the time. Serving the area for over 15 years. You want to know what's happening in and around Lake Norman? Pick up your copy or check them out online. lncurrents.com is where you find it online. lncurrents.com.
Sometimes things happen and somebody does something and I get upset because, or maybe a little bit jealous because I didn't think of it because it's so brilliant. There's a comedian in Canada who was behind this ad campaign for a product called Baby Mute. And it's a mask that you strap on your kid's head to muffle their crying.
Like a muzzle.
Yeah. So it claims that it quiets the sound of their cries by 87%. And then there was a website called babymute.com. So it was all a prank, and it got people all upset and everything. But all the way down to the percentage of cries that it claims to stop, 87%. Because odd numbers are funnier than even numbers in comedy when you're writing comedy or saying funny things. 87 is funnier than 85. I mean, than like 90. So say 90%. 87 is funnier. And of course, people got all upset. And the tagline is "Muzzle your baby during long flights and movie nights." And then when you went to order it, you clicked on the thing and it said sold out. So
There was nothing to
People
actually
got-
order.
people got all mad and everything. But that was great. It reminded me of that time, Ace, a long, long time ago on Kiss 95.1 in Charlotte. We ran that commercial for our new sponsor called Pet Parcel Service.
Yeah.
And it was all about how you could order pets through the mail. And, they were guaranteed to arrive alive. And if not, they would replace it at no cost, things like that. And people went ballistic, all upset. And that was back then, before people were as crazy about treating animals like humans as they do now. And they got all upset. Y'all probably wouldn't think that is even funny now, would you?
No.
The pet parcel service one.
It was
Funny.
hilarious. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would have found it funny then, but yeah, no, that's not cool. You can't do that.
But it's not
Can't
real.
even joke about it.
It's a joke. See, that was the joke.
Oh, it's not real?
No, it's not real.
Oh,
So you can't joke about it.
I don't know.
You can't run
I
a
was
fake.
only
You can't run a fake commercial for pet parcel
Yeah, of
service
course you
that
can.
wasn't real.
Yeah.
I want to know who the people that clicked on it to buy it and that were serious about wanting to buy it, who those people were.
Yeah. There probably were some.
Yeah, they were like, oh, this is great. Exactly what I needed.
But and most of them were probably like, let me see how much this thing is. And then they go, they're sold out. People are buying it.
Yeah. How many people said this can't be real, and then they click on it like, oh.
I'd be the one that'd be like, ooh, I need this.
Yeah. They
Will
would.
not shut up.
Let me get 2 of them.
And it looked like a gas mask. It didn't look like a COVID mask. It looked like a gas mask kind of thing. And some Canadian came up with that. God, that really stings. That it was a Canadian that came up with something that was that good of a prank. We're losing it. We're losing the war, America.
Ace TJ 5G. Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
The Ace and TJ app is possible thanks to our friends from Papa John's Pizza, and honestly, it's shaping up to be a Papa John's weekend for me. Try the new Papa pairings. Get 2 of your favorites for just $6.99 each when you order more than one. Order online right now, papajohns.com.
Okay, this is easily my favorite story of the week. And it's also proof that I'm not just a grumpy old man that doesn't like any kind of new fads or anything like that, new trends, because I do. I'm just as open-minded as the next fella, and I'm always full of wonder and curiosity. Somewhat of a whimsical outlook on life. But there is a trend this year with some high school prom goers that I absolutely love. There's a fella in this article who is featured. His name is Jamarcus Askew. He's 18, goes to high school in West Palm Beach, Florida. And he says that he chose an accessory to his outfit for prom because I'm known in my city for being the greatest when it comes to fashion and photography. So I'm the greatest of all time. So that's why I've got a goat that I'm taking to prom with me.
Oh, that's dope.
It's also the year 2023, and another prom goer that took a goat to the prom said that we're the class of 23, and people have been referring to our class as the Jordan year. Michael Jordan's number was 23. Right. Michael Jordan, who, from what I understand, is not so nice to a lot of people. He said because that was his number, and he's the greatest of all time, so, like, why wouldn't we use a goat?
And they're taking an actual physical goat.
And they've got the pictures.
To the prom.
And there is, let's see, his name's Jalen. Jalen Robertson is a girl, and her prom date is Kwame Cole. And she's the one that had the goat, and they take these pictures out on the railroad tracks and everything with the goat, getting millions of views on the TikTok and whatnot. There's another young lady here named Makira, who's just standing with the goat in her picture. It has become the trend of the 2023 prom. Now, Mr. Jamarcus Askew paid $1,000 an hour for his goat because he lives in West Palm, so I'm sure there aren't that many goat farms around there, that kind of thing. But Jalen Robinson, her friend, owns a farm and had goats and let her take one for free. Yeah, it's really cool looking. It doesn't look ridiculous at all.
And there are articles. I was Googling. There are articles. Florida, New York.
Yeah, it's the trend.
It is the trend.
Because you're the greatest of all time. So, greatest of all time is the GOAT acronym, GOAT, greatest of all time. So take a goat to your prom.
Do it,
young people. They're always so innovative, and who would have thought of that? Taking goats.
Who's cleaning the goat poop? That's what I want to know.
And then some of them are just getting the goats for getting the goat for the pictures and posting them on social medias. Because in this picture of Jalen Robertson, she's out on the railroad track, and the goat is on a leash, and then she's wearing an orange skirt. Orange dress on the bottom, and then the top's brown. Behind her, they've set off an orange smoke bomb. So that's a really professionally done picture with her and her goat.
Wow.
I know, isn't that cool? Love that. I love it.
It's my Jordan you.
So I don't know if they allow them to take the goats into the place where they're having their dance and all of that. Or if they have to just take the pictures and then let the goat. Maybe they can show up at the prom with the goat, and then somebody takes it from there. Hey, we're going to start seeing it on the red carpet, with celebrities and all that. This is going to be a thing.
I like
getting the goat business.
I think
make some money.
The idea behind it is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I don't know that I would do it, but I think, good for them. It's a fun idea.
Mm-hmm. I love it. What?
I was gonna say, Ace, you don't know if you'd do it. You don't know if you'd go find a goat and take it to prom. I don't know if I would.
I don't know that I would take pictures with the goat and all that, but I
I
think
could
that's a
never
pretty
see
fun
you going to go
idea.
get a goat anyway.
I like the way they kind of tie it all together. Just something fun and different.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
It's fun
You're a high
prom.
school senior. Do
Yeah,
something.
you're supposed to bring like
memorable.
somebody hot. Like, be cool.
Well, it's not their date.
Yeah.
The goat is
It's not
their
the date?
date.
Like,
No,
It's
they're
an
not.
accessory.
Yeah, a lot of these, the couples are standing there, and they're
Yeah.
like, one of them, and they have the goat between them or something while they're posing for their pictures or something outside.
Oh, never mind. That is cool then.
The goat's like, I'm not trying to do this right now.
Yeah, so if you're not getting your kid a goat to take to prom this year, then you're just out of it. You're gonna be uncool.
Not cool at all.
Yeah.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
What's one big thing that Riggins and his dad have in common? Well, they're both sickly right now. So we'll get an update on that. I don't know, find out if Riggins actually got his dad sick or his dad just got sick on his own. But it's quite an entertaining father-son bonding moment to tell you about next.
Live from the Calitrin Studios. Find out more about Calitrin at acetj.com/weight loss. More of the Ace and TJ Show next. On your phone, on your radio, in your car, on your iPad, on your computer. Anytime, anywhere, for your entertainment. This is the Ace and TJ radio show and podcast.
So Riggins is going on 2 weeks now of having a cold. And, God, have we heard about it? Ugh. Yeah, you're not, admittedly, you're not very tough when it comes to being sick and
No, I'm
all of that.
I'm not.
So you were talking to your dad yesterday, and he's the same way you are about it. He's got a cold.
Yeah, that's what my mom says anyway. She said, "Oh, your father does not do well when he's sick." So I don't know if she's being a little cold or if that's true. I got a feeling it's probably true though.
Yeah, women always say that about men. Men are babies when they're sick.
Yeah,
Whatever.
and it probably is true. But I hadn't talked to him in 3 days, which is unusual. So I called him yesterday, and he had been out of town. He was in Florida, dealing with some family stuff, and he came back, and I hadn't heard from him, so I gave him a call yesterday. I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" He goes, "Bray." And, "Hey, what's up?" He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Nothing. I haven't talked to you, and just calling to see what's going on." "I'm not doing well at all." I go, "What's going on?" He goes, "I'm real sick. I'm not doing okay." I go, "It's crazy. After I saw you last, right after Easter, I got super sick, and I'm still dealing with like a cold." He goes, It's in my chest, and I'm trying to get through this." I said, "What is it? Have you gone to the doctor?" He goes, "It's just a cold. But man, it's kicking my bleed." I was like, "Oh my God! Well, Dad, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm gonna pray for you." And I was joking, and he goes, "Thank you." Like he didn't get he didn't get that I was joking. "Thank you."
Hey, Dad, it's a cold. You're going to be fine. Relax.
He's like, "Oh, that's my sweet boy."
"Dad, you're gonna pray for me, you swear?" I felt like kind of a jerk, so I didn't tell him I was kidding. I'm not gonna pray for you. It's a cold.
Yeah, you've got to
Like
say
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
"Are you taking anything?" He goes, "Oh yeah, Dayquil, NyQuil." I go, "Yeah, that's like
All the quills.
it's a cold. It's a cold."
Evening quill.
Yeah. It doesn't have. If he's retired, it's not like he's got the most stressful day. But I found out he pulled out of the golf tournament, so I know it's bad.
So is he still in Florida visiting your
he's-
grandmother, or he's back in North Carolina?
He's back at home. He got back
okay.
over the weekend, but I hadn't spoken to him, so I said, "Something's up," and clearly something is up. He's dying.
Okay, well then I'm going to make sure that Jody puts him on the prayer list with her Bible study group.
Please do. It would be
Let's
very
all pray for
appreciated.
him.
Everybody.
This is
Lift
the
him up
Ace
in
and
prayer.
TJ Show.
Hope he gets through this cold.
I know. Praying for him hard. It's the end of the week. We will do the week in review coming up next.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. J5G.
Hey, listen, summer is right around the corner. Send your kids over to the Gaston County YMCA. And there's so many great things. They got
Swim camps,
gymnastics, gymnastics camps. There's so many programs for kids of all ages. So, and listen, nothing like getting the kids out of the house over the summer. Get them out of your hair for a couple hours during the day so you can run all your errands. Nothing wrong with that.
Am I right?
Come on, man. Come on.
a little cocktail hour while
Absolutely. So, cocktail hour for sure.
Nice.
So you can head over to the Gaston County YMCA website. Get your kids signed up now. They're going to absolutely love it. That I guarantee you. Love it.
Did y'all go to camps at all?
Yeah.
You went Riggins?
Yeah.
Away camp? Like you went and stayed
overnight.
somewhere for a while?
Yeah, for like a week.
Okay.
Summer camp for a couple of years.
Yeah, I never did that. My cousins I had a cousin that went to 4-H camp every year, and then they had a day that anybody could go, and they would always invite us to come up and hang out for the day, and you'd swim and all kinds of stuff.
They cram so much stuff in a week that, I mean, it's awesome if you're a kid, and sometimes you dread going, but then you get there and it's like the most fun you've ever had.
Yeah,
as a
we
kid.
always played baseball every summer, so there was no going to camp.
Yeah, I went to football camp every year.
Yeah, there was always
fun, too.
when I was a kid, there was always the high school had an athletic camp one week where you went and did a bunch of different sports. I just thought it was cool. What you didn't know is they were trying to figure out who's in sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade that had athletic ability kind of moving.
We're going to get
along.
you in the SEC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The football camp though was at the college, and we stayed in the dorms and that whole thing with it too. But my son went to one of those camps like you're talking about, Riggins, in the mountains of North Carolina. That's cool. Like they do in movies and stuff. They always make those movies about going to camp. I was like, oh man, we are in some Yankee kind of territory.
Here's some stuff at camp that I bet doesn't happen today. When I went to basketball camp 3 years, so this little college in Mississippi, we would drive over, and you had to there was room inspection every day. And when your room got inspected, you had a couple of choices. If you failed inspection, you either had to get up and sing, or you had to run in front of the bus because there was a game at a different location that was like a mile away. And they made you run in front of the bus. So you got like a 14, 15, 16-year-old kid out there running in front of it. Now, the bus went slow, but in hindsight, I'm sure there would be no running in front of the bus today.
They probably wouldn't even allow you to make the kids walk to whatever they were, because we used to have to do that too. If you missed the bus going over to the practice facilities and all, you had to run from the dorm over there.
And it was your choice. You would choose, I'd rather run than get up and sing or perform. Okay. Yeah.
Ace TJ 5G.
Our charity Peyton's Promise, we have the Ace and TJ Baby Registry to help the families of kids in the children's hospitals in the area, and it wouldn't be possible without people like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They're always there to help with any of our charitable efforts because they are good friends to us, and they can be good friends to you if you have anything that you need done in the real estate area, any of that area of business, right? You need a house sold, you need to buy a house, you need to just get some what do you call it, investment property. They do all of that stuff. So the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty, love them. Go to acetj.com/Temple team.
They're hosting the Shred It event, right? Coming up.
Yeah, they do it twice a year, about twice a year.
Ace was very excited about that.
Yeah.
Well,
I saw it on Instagram that they were hosting the Shred It event.
Yeah, in my attic, there are probably 14 boxes that contain old taxes because I have a fear of the IRS and I don't throw anything away. And I now know that I can throw away anything after 7 years. And a lot of them I just got out of my other house last year. And I missed the last event because I wasn't prepared. So part of my day today is get up in that attic and go through the ones that are like my 2003 taxes. pretty safe to say I can shred those. But it's going to clear out a lot of space for me and make some space, and I'm excited about that.
I hope you're not listening, IRS. You got nothing on him. Don't even bother.
Don't come at me.
Don't do it.
I probably leave money on the table every year because I'm worried about it.
Do they really expect you to keep all those papers though? Like
Yes.
in 2023, there's not a digital way to do that.
Well,
You still have to keep all of the proof of your claims when you file your taxes.
yeah, I mean, like receipts, if you filed for certain deductions and things, you got to have proof of it. But yeah, I think the limitation is, I thought it was 5 years.
I think it's 7 years now.
7.
They used to say no, keep your taxes for at least 10 years back.
You know, Ace is going to try to, throw some old desk or a TV that you can't get rid of into that shredder.
That is not true.
He's going to show up with all old furniture he doesn't want.
Yeah.
Not true.
We can't shred
Christmas
this.
trees. You take his Christmas tree up there.
That beverage refrigerator.
Yeah.
Like, we can't shred this.
All
TV
those
on
things that I
wheels.
keep, all those things that I keep, I end up keeping because I don't want to waste them. They still work. I got to plug that beverage refrigerator in this weekend. I might film it and see if it works or not.
Do it.
We'll see what happens.
Don't film it though.
Riggins was the one that told me to film it.
Riggins.
What am I going to say?
Still going to plug it in. Yeah, it works.
I'm like, great content.
Whoa, it's on.
ASTJ 5G. From the Calitrin Studios, Calitrin is the safe and effective way to lose weight. Find out more about Calitrin at acetj.com/weight loss. This is the Ace and TJ radio show and podcast.
Hey, listen. Better go subscribe on YouTube. Our number's going up. You want to be in on the ground floor like an investor. Subscribe. YouTube.com YouTube.com/@AceTJTV. It's a lot easier if you just look up AceTJTV.
Yeah, just go to
on
YouTube and look up ACJ TV. But you're not an investor, so be aware. There's no money in it for you.
For now.
For now.
But who knows?
One
Maybe
day.
things blow up.
One day.
We'll bring you
Yeah.
into the loop. So I thought this was kind of interesting. Lindsay Lohan is pregnant, and she's married now. She's like living a great life. She lives in Dubai with this successful husband,
Yeah.
and it's gorgeous where she lives, and she's just completely turned her life around. It seems like her family is in order. Dina, her mom, is getting along with Michael Lohan, and that was proven over the weekend when they were all spotted together, she and all her siblings and her parents, all in one restaurant to celebrate the baby shower before Lindsay flies back to Dubai to have the baby.
Abu Dhabi.
I almost said Abu Dhabi.
I think say Abu Ghraib.
Abu Ghraib. Abu Dhabi, Dubai. But listen, here's how the baby shower went. It's Lindsay Lohan, right? You expect the extremes, but it wasn't. Little private restaurant room. Her family's there, a couple of friends. They had a 1-tier white cake, a little Amazon thing that you put on the table that says, "Oh, baby." Couple of friends, couple of gifts.
Cool.
Called it a day. On the flip side, you have Ace, who's got an upcoming baby shower.
It's true. This is very true.
With,
wait.
from what I've heard from him, people will be
Aerial
descending.
performers.
They will be descending from the ceiling like disco ball. Women hanging from the
I
ceiling.
did find out it's not quite like that, but close. Here's the thing, though. Again, for the record, I am not involved in the planning of this in any way, and Amanda's not involved in the planning of this. It's her mom and her friend Christy are putting the whole thing together, and they're so jacked about this. It's crazy. There's going to be like a mini symphony playing songs and
A mini symphony. Fire breathers.
no fire breathers. I asked about fire breathers. They said no, we couldn't have those.
You couldn't foot the bill for a full symphony, just a mini
Again,
symphony.
I'm not footing the bill. I'm not involved in this in any way,
Champagne
shape, or
tower.
form.
It's the complete instrumentation of a symphony. It's just little people.
They have mini instruments.
Yeah. Mini.
Welcome to Little Symphony.
It's like 3 people is what it is, but they're all playing,
Yeah, they
a cellist and that type of thing.
Do you get to pick their playlist?
A violinist.
So it's not called a trio?
I don't know what it's called. I don't know that it's a trio.
It's a mini symphony.
It may be 5 people. I don't know.
What do you call it? Mini symphony.
It might be 5
Have a
people.
mini conductor.
It could be 3. It could be 5. It could be 4. I don't really know. I'm not involved in it at all.
It's like them Mexican symphonies that come play by your table.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. I'm not involved. I just show up, man.
True though.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Could be 10. I really don't know.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought, I was reading this story about Lindsay Lohan's baby shower. I thought, that seems like a pretty sensible baby shower for like a celebrity, you know? And I thought, wow, I just heard about at Ace's baby shower, there's going to be women hanging from the ceiling pouring champagne.
Yeah,
I've never heard of anything like that.
I think I was wrong about how that's going to work. I don't think it's going to work like hanging from the ceiling kind of thing, like at that party that we went to. But it's something similar to that. I don't really understand it because I mentioned that to Amanda the other day. She's like, "That's not how it works." And I was like, "Okay, well, there's people pouring champagne." She's like, "Yeah, you walk by and they'll lean down and pour champagne." I don't know.
But suspended from the sky, though, right? From the
Right.
ceiling.
In some form.
It's
I don't
very
really
extra.
know. It's incredibly extra.
Yeah.
But as I've said before, neither she nor I are involved in the planning of this. Well, I'm not involved in the planning of it at all. I don't know how much she's involved in it, but none, I think. They're just doing this all on their own.
Got Cirque du Soleil going on.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Gosh.
You gotta wear a tuxedo and a gown.
It's a lot.
Check it out. Mini symphony.
It's going to be very, very. Yeah. There you go. On a cello.
I mean, what a scene.
Gonna
I
have a
might change my
yeah.
mind. I might go to this just
Have
to
a
see
violinist
what's
out there.
doing.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
I mean, it's going to be a scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the mini symphony.
Hey, you wanted the best, you got the best.
I mean, this is going to be
The
something.
hottest band in the world. Mini Symphony.
Yeah. I might have to get out there and check that out. 'Cause that's going to be something. We're talking about things you don't have patience for, and I got a feeling Ace is not going to have a lot more patience for us talking about this baby shower.
No, it's totally cool. It's out of control. It is totally out of
It's a little
control.
out of control. But maybe
From
you
the
got something.
Calotrend Studios, this is the Ace and TJ Show. Find out more about Calotrend at acetj.com/weight loss. Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
So here's that question you asked. Now, what do you want to do this weekend? Here's what you do. If you're not sure, go to acetj.com/Gaston and check out all the great stuff to do in Gaston County. Whether you're trying to put something together for the family, for your kids, for you and your significant other, for you and your friends, you will find something there. From the shopping to zip lines and outdoor adventures to great hiking at Crowder's Mountain and lots of other places, plus incredible things like the Ridgeline Craft Beverage Trail. If you're just looking to find some place to hang, a couple of places to hang and have a drink over the weekend, they've got it. If you're looking for some place really nice to go with your significant other, they've got that as well, all on the Ridgeline Craft Beverage Trail that winds its way through Gaston County. So go to acetj.com/Gaston and find out everything there is to do right now this weekend throughout Gaston County.
This is really stupid, but I wrote a note here for a story that I wanted to talk about, and I now don't know what it means. It's something called Pickle Baby. I wrote Pickle Baby to remind me what the story, and then now I don't know what that was.
Pickle baby.
Pickle Baby.
Pickle Baby.
Hi, pickle baby.
And I don't know whether I wrote something the wrong way because that was supposed to be pickle something else or something else
Could it have been-
baby. And then because I may have heard, y'all may have been talking about something and I heard the word baby, so I just wrote baby.
Could it have been pickleball?
No.
No.
Pickle baby. Well, baby dills?
A baby made out of pickles.
No.
Yeah. What if it's
Yeah,
a story
what if
about a
it's
baby
that?
made out of pickles?
Thanks for
Yeah.
your.
Do you want to just go home?
Yeah.
You want to call it a day?
I think she's making up for having to work on 420.
Yeah, jeez.
Let's see if I can go Pickle Baby.
Did somebody do surgery with a pickle?
Oh, no, that's not anything. I don't know.
Pickle baby.
Did a person have a pickle as a baby, like that one lady that was crazy that had a doll as a baby?
Yeah, that's good.
Maybe.
She dressed up the pickle.
Yeah, she dressed up the pickle and would take it places.
I'm glad you explained that because there was a moment there I was about to ask you to be quiet.
Wait, I mean, hold on.
Baby. Oh, that's a pickle.
His name is Dill.
Dill.
Oh, no. It wasn't Pickle Baby. It was a woman who, she's 64, and her husband brought home the wrong kind of pickles, and she threw a big trophy that was on the wall at him. That's what it was. But I don't know where the baby part came in.
Maybe she said, "You got the wrong pickle, baby."
I'm gonna kill you, baby. Yeah. So that's what it was.
Oh. They got trophies on their wall in their 60s?
I guess it was a wooden novelty piece that looked like a football, and then she grabbed a football trophy. Maybe one of their grandbabies' trophies or something. But yeah, if you do get the wrong kind of pickles, that's a big thing. I don't know if you'd want to assault someone over that, but I use those Mount Olive pickles. That's the brand that I use.
Good.
I like those. It's a North Carolina brand where we live.
They have a huge pickle festival there.
I know.
Every year.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be going to that this year.
Me too.
You going to work
Yeah.
work the food truck for rent?
The camper.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. They may be honoring Small Town Adventures at this year's festival. Yeah.
Ace TJ 5G. This is the Ace and TJ radio show and podcast from the Calotren Studios. Lose weight the safe and effective way with Calotren. Go to acetj.com/weight loss to get details. Now, Ace and TJ.
You want to do something really special this season, in the Easter season, go support Ace and TJ's Baby Registry. We just launched it this week. Ace and TJ's Baby Registry, where we provide you with 2 Amazon wish lists for 2 great places, Levine Children's and Jeff Gordon Children's Center at Levine's, I think is the full name. But basically, you could provide some gifts of any cost to some kids that really need it and some families that could really use some help. So really easy. Just go over to acetj.com/baby and get started over there. You know, TJ was talking earlier about this thing he had seen online. I forget about things people don't have patience for.
Yeah. Things we no longer have patience for.
And
we used to have patience. Now, not so much.
And you qualified all this by saying, people call me a grump, and I forget what the word you used. Was it grump?
Yeah, grouchy old man.
Grouchy old man. And you don't have, but I don't find that you lack patience for things, do you?
No, not at all.
I mean, you'll complain about it, but I don't see him tapping his foot like, let's go. I can't take this. I don't.
Yeah, and I also I have opinions. Everybody's got opinions until you have one that somebody doesn't like, and then you're just a grouchy old man, and you don't ever have fun, and you're against fun, and you hate animals, and you know the way Alexis does.
Yeah. That way. So when they don't line up perfectly with her opinions, you become the grouchy old man.
Right.
But you can replace Alexis with anybody, really.
Yeah, and we're looking now.
Good.
Yeah, well.
Do it.
But you mean in the conversation?
Yeah.
It's like,
generally speaking.
Yeah, Jody is like that.
Yeah, I was
my
gonna
wife.
say, I'm not the only one that thinks you're a grump. So if multiple people think it, maybe look at yourself.
I don't care what people think though, because I know that my way of thinking is right always. When it comes to things that people just think I'm grumpy about, they're not on my level.
Yeah. And sometimes at first pass, it does sound like you're just being overly critical of it. But then with a little bit of reflection, sometimes I end up agreeing with them.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but.
Yeah, and I don't fall into that school of, well, I respect your argument, but I disagree. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because most of the time I don't even respect if somebody's opinion or their thought process is dangerous to somebody else, I don't respect that. You just dumb.
Yeah. Alexis, are you a patient person?
Patient?
Yeah.
Not really.
Not really.
I got to work on that.
Ace, are you a patient guy?
What do you think?
Is that a trick question?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to.
With some things, yes. With other things, no. Little things, I don't have a lot of patience. With people, I can have a lot of patience. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put up with a lot from people if I like them or care about them or want to see them do well. But little things like door not being closed or seatbelt grabbing.
No patience.
Yeah. The other day, when I got here to work, the internet was off. I was here by myself. And I was having a hotspot off my phone. It was driving me crazy because I couldn't print. It was like that kind of thing. And when I knew it would come back up in a couple of minutes, but the 2 minutes waiting was driving me nuts.
Patience.
Yeah.
So what's something else? I mean, we've got hundreds of responses on social media already, but is there something unique, something more obscure that you just don't have patience for? For example, my brother cannot wait in a line anywhere for food, beverage, hospital, doctor's office, cannot wait in a line. He refuses to do it. So it doesn't work for him. What is it for you?
How does he get through life?
He will throw a tantrum. Like he cannot wait in any kind of line. No grocery line, nothing.
Well, I don't like lines either. Not a fan.
Well, I mean, who likes a line?
Right.
But
I avoid them.
Nobody likes
Oh,
it.
that's my
You just-
favorite thing is waiting in line.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it the line around the building? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Let's wait a few
love
minutes
it.
more until it gets longer.
Right.
Who gets pumped about it, Rob?
I'll walk away from groceries. I'll leave them if there's too long of a line.
You'll leave them?
Well, as long as it's not something perishable.
So you put the groceries in the cart, in the buggy, and then you decide, I'm just going to walk away.
And you know he's not putting the stuff back in the shelves.
I put them back if it's something that needs to be refrigerated. I'd feel bad about that.
But you don't feel bad about just leaving anything else?
and
Just sit
making
there for
someone's
people
job
to have
a
to
lot
come-
harder.
If I got some Oreos in a basket, they're gonna be fine if I leave them somewhere.
Where do you leave them? Do you sit the basket down or what?
That's horrible,
I mean,
Rob.
somewhere out of the way.
Basket full of stuff, just sit it down, walk off.
The person that has to find that and it's like, I have to take time out of my day, put this back.
I bet it was that guy in the Power Ranger shirt.
Yup.
At the Ace TJ show, what's yours? We'll get him next.
From the Calotrin Studios, this is the Ace and TJ Show. Find out more about Calotrin at acetj.com/weight loss.
Roundabouts are not American, and in the name roundabout is definitely not American. They call it a traffic circle.
Traffic
in
circle.
America.
And then the
Kinda
people that
bad.
tell you how great roundabouts are, well, actually, they work in a lot of European countries. Shut up. Shut up.
With you. I'm with you.
They stress me out.
Look, if you're living close to a roundabout and you want to move away from it, you like that?
That's good.
Chambers and Associates Realty. Whether you're buying a new home, want to list your home, it doesn't make any difference. Here's what you do. Call 704-439-6232. You get Melissa Chambers and her team at Chambers and Associates Realty. This is what they do. They know so much about what's happening. And the best part about it is they don't just say, yeah, we'll list your house and blah, blah, blah. They're into the little minute details that you look for when you buy a home that make a difference, and the little minute details that'll change everything when somebody looks at your house when they're trying to sell, as far as staging and that type of thing, decluttering. They help you with all that stuff. They cover all of those little details that make a big difference in the long run. Give them a call today. Let them guide you through all of your real estate options. It's Melissa Chambers, 704-439-6232, or online at lkncharlottehomes.com/AceTJ. Chambers and Associates Realty.
What happens when a guy madly in love with his girlfriend decides to propose at Harry Potter World at Universal Studios? What happens after that?
I know.
Well, do you know?
Do they have a Harry Potter wedding?
That's exactly what they have.
I love it.
Not only do they have a Harry Potter themed wedding, they have a $25,000 Harry Potter themed wedding, complete with groomsmen and bridesmaids in witches and wizards robes.
Oh, what a dream.
Everybody's got wands. They're casting spells during the ceremony. Clearly a, some would call it a godless ceremony. I mean, it's not a
Wingardium
religious-
Leviosa.
Yeah. But you're a wizard, Harry. I mean, now he's 36. She's 28. So they're aging millennials, I think is what we call those. But they grew up loving the books, you know. And he decides to wear a baseball cap during the ceremony. I'm not totally sure what that's about.
Interesting.
I think that might be maybe self-conscious about the hair. I'm not really sure, but 25 grand, Harry Potter themed wedding. They're made for each other, right?
Yes. And they need to go to the hospital.
Maybe the hospital.
Ace TJ 5G. It's more than regular funny. It's extra funny. The Extra Funny podcast is live every weekday at 9 a.m. Eastern on the Ace and TJ app and available anytime where you get podcasts. Now, more Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Make sure you subscribe to Ace TJ Prime. It's our new free subscription service. It's free, so if you're an Ace and TJ fan, you're going to get more Ace and TJ content than ever. We're going to start rolling some things out here in the coming days, and it's very exciting. There's also a paid tier. It's called Ace and TJ Prime Plus, where you get even more. So it's really cool. Head over to acetj.com/prime to get signed up today.
Coming soon, Ace TJ OnlyFans.
I mean, listen, if things don't start... I'm not posing for OnlyFans. Maybe you will.
I don't care.
You're going to do it?
If people would pay monthly for that, I would do it.
Yeah, good. Forget you, who needs morals anyway?
Right. He's like, morals out the window.
Yep.
What do you not have patience for anymore? Something obscure, a little odd, not like people who park in the handicap spot that aren't handicapped. We get that, but something more unusual. Ace, what's the crazy one that we got in our DMs?
She says, it's not me, but my husband. He will go all the way around the world to avoid the speed bumps at the local university. He added 10 minutes to a trip just so he doesn't have to go over speed bumps. It drives me crazy.
I mean, that is bizarre.
So so the way I picture this then, to add 10 minutes to a trip, he could drive across the campus with speed bumps and get to where he's going directly, but instead he probably drives around the outside of the campus to come in the other way.
Yeah.
So he goes miles out of the way to come back around through traffic and all and lights and everything to get to the building on the other side, where instead of 2 minutes straight through, 10 minutes to go all the way around to no speed bumps.
But what is it about the speed bump that it's like the jolt that you just cannot take? The feeling of going over the speed bump just drives you that crazy.
Yeah. My mom we would say, "Oh my God, that just jarred everything inside me."
Yeah. Like that feeling is just too much to deal with.
Yeah. Oh my God, that just jarred everything inside of me.
I like Leah, who said, "Unnecessary noise." She said, "I've become my grandma." That's kind of an old person thing to say.
Kelly said people who can't have normal conversations without the F word.
Yeah,
that's one.
TJ's always said that one.
I think I'm guilty of that too.
You a cusser?
Yeah, I am.
It depends on the situation. I'm not with other people that I don't know or in a business setting or whatever. But if I'm talking to y'all, I'll cuss
we know.
cuss too much anyway. I know. Whatever.
Yeah, but that's the main
don't sit
thing.
here and act like you're cuss
I
free over
never
there.
said I was
All right,
cuss free.
Back it down a little bit.
If you just met the people and you're throwing out the F word and all of that, that's
Yeah, you got to feel their
just like-
vibe and see what they're like before you can start doing all that.
I can always tell though when Riggins is nervous, because that's something that he'll do sometimes, and like you see him almost flinch. You're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm just nervous.
I can't hide it very well. But my favorite one I've seen thus far is from Desi, and I can totally relate to this. When McDonald's gives me 1 barbecue sauce for my 10 nuggets, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? She wrote that out.
Yeah.
Clearly, that has happened to her a couple times. What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Any type
One
of dipping sauce for whatever it is. Give me the appropriate ratio.
And I think it's 2 sauces for 10
Yeah.
nuggets, right?
So whatever it is will be two per 10.
I'm assuming.
So if you get 20, you should get 4
Yeah.
sauces. Okay.
And they gave her 1 barbecue sauce for 10 McNuggets.
Stop being stingy.
What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Don't miss the Extra Funny podcast coming up at 9 Eastern, live on the Ace and TJ app, or download anytime wherever you get podcasts. More Ace and TJ coming up.